Hey guys, if you're enjoying the show and listening to us talk about what needs to be said in surfing, then please do us a favour and chuck us a follow wherever you get your podcast fix.
You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and all the rest. The best part about it, it's going to cost you absolutely nothing. That way we can keep bringing you the goods. You can also find some of our stuff on Instagram and TikTok where we throw up some extras. So please tune into those.
Our handle on that is @the Podcast. And once again, thanks for listening. Enjoy the show.
Oh, Devo.
What's that?
Band. They're a pretty fucking weird band. They sing, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, whip it good. You know that song?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, they got fucking like pyramids on their head.
What do you mean? Like tattooed?
No, like they wear these hats that are like pyramids. They look like Aztec pyramids on their head.
Right.
Think of Aztec pyramids meets college frat boy red cup that you put beer in.
Well, like beer pong.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what they're wearing in the song.
Yeah. Pretty strange band.
It's not the
I saw 'em
strangest
live.
thing that you could do.
I saw them live.
You saw them live. That's
Yeah.
a typical you band to watch live.
No, they would just happen to be at a festival as that.
Which festival was that?
Good Things.
Where was that at?
Brisbane Showgrounds last year.
So outside of your rat era.
That was, yep.
Nice.
That was Pennywise, Limp Bizkit.
Oh, you went full like rock.
Yeah.
Really? Do you get involved in mosh pits and
Yeah.
do you?
Did a death wall at Slaughter to Prevail.
Don't know. That sounds horrific. Like every part of that. But what's a death wall?
When you just, the crowd parts
Mm.
and you just run at the other side like they've fucking tapped your miso on the bum or something. You just run and just full of rage at a stranger for no apparent reason. And then when you get like, it's pretty funny, you get knocked around and like knocked on the ground and the same stranger will lift you back up.
Right.
Pretty strange.
You drop
But,
anyone or?
I didn't. But then you've got the people just where they put their head down and just swing their arms around in circles. That's pretty funny.
Or just
It's like a whippersnipper.
maximum casualties.
Yeah. Take everyone out at all costs.
All right. Well, we may as well start it there. Welcome back, everyone.
Is that our start? I was talking in a very soft tone then.
Yeah, we'll start there. We'll see how we go. But big week of surfing. We've wrapped up Tahiti. It's
Probably
been
one of the best ones we've seen in a while. We needed it.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was a good finals day. They waited and they waited, as is the theme of this year. But they were rewarded with some waves on the final day. We ended up with Jack Robinson and Molly Picklum hoisting the trophy at the end of it. I think one of your picks there, Molly Picklum. We just went through our accountability from our selections before this event. And it's best we don't talk about mine. Zach at least picked the ladies' winner. So
I did. It wasn't hard though.
no, that was really...
Pretty much picking anyone who's going to go.
It
It's
was
kind of sad, isn't it?
It was a three-way go, wasn't it? It was a three-way finish. It was either going to be Katie, Molly, or Vaheen.
Pretty
It
much.
wasn't going to be anyone else. So
No.
you had a 33% chance of getting it right. And
33.333 recurring.
yeah,
Does
and
that surprise you that I don't know that?
not really.
Oh, that's good.
I would be worried. I'd actually be more concerned if you didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
You've gotten a fair way in
Just
life.
put my foot in it, hadn't I? I just thought I would build smart and I've come out looking like more of a drongo.
Nah, it's all right, mate. But it was a good finals day wrap up. We kind of spoke at length on our Instagram about the women's final. That reel went okay. Nothing crazy there, but I put my ugly mug on another reel and had a chat about it, how impressive the ladies were on finals day, and Molly and Katie absolutely sending it. You're still yet to do that. I'm still waiting for you to get your head on a reel.
Oh, yes. I thought you said Still waiting for me to have a go.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I was like,
I saw the
aren't we
daggers,
all?
the daggers coming across from the chair at me. He's going, "Oh, you for real, mate?"
I was like, fuck, I'm not
Been trying my best.
Big Waves Dave, but I'll have a crack.
No. You won't be hearing that sort of. Talk.
I'll be honest with you. I'd rather go every wave that those chicks surfed than do a reel with my mug on it. Probably the same level of anxiety.
The people are asking about it. I've done 3 now.
Yeah.
So you're up next. So
the first thing you have to do is show me actually how to create one. I've got no idea.
Yeah, I'll get in your ear, mate. I'll give you the rundown. But yeah, look, realistically, we run through that event. Both winners were completely dominant the entire way through. There was never really a stage where you kind of thought either were going to lose. There was a close heat there where Marco Mignot nearly ousted Jack from the event, but wasn't to be.
No.
Molly had at least one excellent score in every heat she surfed, and Robbo was carrying an average heat total of just over 15.5 throughout the entire event. So with scores like that, and that's including a low heat total of like 11 points, which brings his average down a little bit. So probably if you take that heat out, it's higher. But yeah, look, those guys were the ones to beat. Molly clearly had a better read on the wave and than Katie. Katie was having a real red hot crack, but her elite tube riding, which we keep badgering on about, but it just is, it's really good. It kind of got her the win there.
It's leaps and bounds, mate. It's leaps and bounds.
Yeah. And not to say Katie doesn't have that. She has really good technique too, but just the wave she was looking at, you can tell who spent more time in the lineup there.
I think her stature as well. It's still so petite. Like it's hard to wrangle the beast when you weigh 50 kilos.
Yeah.
Like it's just, I think Molly just looks a little more settled on the wave.
That was weird seeing her, and I hadn't realised that she had this, but she's got a pretty solid tattoo on her arm, and she looks so young to have. I know she's not, but it looks strange seeing someone so young looking with a tattoo.
Oh, I can imagine she walks down the street and someone said her parents just don't care. But she's actually old enough to...
We're not saying Katie Simmers' parents don't care. I'm sure they're very loving. This is that.
Oh, my interpretation of what I'm trying to say is she looks like she's 16, 17 still.
Right, yeah. She does. She looks young. She looks younger. You could pass her off as a 14, 15-year-old.
Yeah. You know what she could be doing? She could be doing what Harry O'Brien's been doing at the Gulfie, where he's been saying he's a student or under 18 for like 5 years.
Should we bleep that out? Is he going to get tipped off to
Mate, if Ballard Golf Course are listening to a podcast about 2 yahoos talking surfing, then I'd be surprised.
You never know who's listening. Jack Robbo, though, pretty well stole that heat with the opening exchange. He had the near perfect score. I think 9.77 in the opening minutes of that heat, and pretty well just ran away with it. Griff answered back with an 8 of his own, but you're watching that final. Jack's sitting there with priority, just going, "There's no way Griff's going to be able to get enough of a backup here to win this heat under Jack's priority." And
Jack just set the tone immediately. Just went for it, and yeah, when you're getting close to perfect, it's hard to break that. Yeah. The only thing that's going to break that is a slow ocean, which this heat didn't really have. There was ample opportunity.
There was stages, and there was a moment there where maybe like you're going, oh, like if Griff can get this second score and just take the lead, it was a significant scoring needed, but not out of the question for him to get it. You're like, if he can sneak away here and find one of those West Bowls or just something under Jack's priority that he's not interested in, and then the ocean goes quiet, he's every chance to steal it, but Jack backs his wave up pretty strongly, and you pretty well, you're right, Griffin off there. You had a note here I'm seeing to the girls.
If I was their coach, to anyone who's not going to Fiji, I feel like the ladies that are in Fiji are pretty well equipped for barrel riding on the back end.
All of them are capable. Like you wouldn't look at any of those in the final 5 and go, you're not going to have a go.
Call them sound. I wouldn't say they're the best at it. They're not changing in the world. But if you're not in the final 5, you've got to get to Indo, Peru, somewhere with a big left barrel. Yeah. Strictly barrel, and just sit in it for 100 hours and figure it out, because these events have been locked in for next year. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And more so, my point, if you are a young lady thinking that you might try and want to surf on the CT, stop what you're doing, go surf a big barrel, preferably on your backhand. I think everyone can kind of navigate a tall, overhead forehand barrel.
Yeah.
Realistically, at the end of the day, stand there. The only times where it gets a little more technical is like slowing down and then changing the pace throughout the wave. That's where it gets very technical, and the boys stand out from the men. Although for the women, for the crew that aren't at that final five, I highly recommend go spend some time dragging the knee.
Yeah, and we touched on that last week in regards to Luana Silva as well. And that's, like I say, it's the same with everyone. Like, if you're a young girl coming through now and you're looking to crack the tour, like, that's a huge point of difference that you can get over the rest of the field if you can if you can put yourself head and shoulders above everyone else in those sorts of waves. Because you've now, like, never really before have we had Pipeline as such a significant event on the Challenger Series. And if you can nail some points there, obviously there's lefts and rights there, but if you're really comfortable in those waves and you can get a really good result there, you're gonna set yourself up really well for a potential qualification. And then if you do get on there, you're gonna be there's sort of 2 to 3 events now where you've got Pipe, you've got Chopes, and you've got Fiji that are going to be full-time tour stops from now on. You're going to have a real big advantage there.
I'm just going to say, for someone like Molly, that's 3 freebies.
It's literally free.
Honestly a free event.
It's a free semi-final for it at minimum.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. There's probably a really good time to, if you're going to do it now, because so many of the women's field are highly exposed in that regard, and there's not going to be a change. There's not going to, and I feel like they're going to become more and more harsh on scoring. Like, it's already, I feel like there was little drips and drabs of this event where, like, hey, look, that was great, but go deeper. Yeah, kind of, except for Gabby's one. Which, he's got the internet talking with Aaron Brooks' heat. But yes, I just feel that's somewhere that someone super dark horsey can strike while the iron's hot and leapfrog, either onto the tour if it's going to be Pipeline, or stay on tour for a lot longer than someone who is not well equipped in that space.
Make some good money too. Like, there's 3 events there. You could bank yourself probably at least 150K. If you're finding yourself at the back.
Well, if you get the trifecta, that's 300.
Well, yeah, if you win all 3, but just even saying you just get 3 decent results in them, like, it's a good chunk of money from 3 events.
You don't have to be a scientist to figure out what you should be working on if you've got a daughter out there and you're listening, or you're a female yourself and want to get there. That is the magic syrup, I would say, for the success. It is.
It's sort of like the golden era right now, where if you can put yourself in a position to dominate in those waves, it really is an advantage. Like, there's obviously guys that are better in those sorts of waves. You look at Robbo and the like, that generally find themselves at the pointy end of these draws in these waves of consequence. But to an extent, all the lads, if the wave comes to them, they're gonna have a decent shot at it, and anyone really can get a 10 on that tour. On the ladies, you'd say that's not the case. So
where do you think it stemmed from? Risk?
I think it's a result of competition, not in terms of like going in a WSL heat. It's just like in lineups, everyone's out there. Look, like, if you want to get a wave when it's like that, you kind of just have to put your head down and go. I don't think, and over sort of however many years they've been surfing these, like, even way back when they were surfing single fins at Pipe or whatever, like, crew were going, and as surfboards have evolved and people have gotten better at surfing because of new equipment, that it was an avenue there for a time where you could be a professional surfer just from spending your 3 to 5 months or however long that Hawaii season is. You could just perch yourself at Hawaii, get your clips, get your shots, get paid for it, and that was your job done for the year pretty well. And there still is probably a couple of crew that can do that. But now it's like everyone's so good that you kind of, if you don't go or you're not prepared to go on those waves, then you're going to get chopped out pretty quickly. Whereas with the girls, we haven't really had that yet. They're all they've all been quite tentative, and it's almost been the opposite, where, like, you've got Molly, you've got Katie, you've got Vaheen, who are prepared to go, and it just immediately puts them at the top of the pack in every single one of these events. So yeah, I think you're right. Like this is sort of the golden age, and if you're a girl and you can kind of put yourself in and get comfortable in those waves, you're gonna really reap the benefits later on in your career.
For sure.
Surf of the week though, let's do your one. Zach, before the camera started rolling, Zach absolutely grilled me for my one, so
Oh, I was ropeable.
I'm not going to say it.
No, you have to now. You can't, mate. You can't edge the audience like that.
It was Jack Robinson. Zach, to use another sort of 2025 term, Zach's not happy with the amount of glazing I'm doing with Jack Robinson.
Glazing.
So, yeah.
Just glazed donut.
Yeah.
Yes. Look, he has every right to be surfer of the week. It's just saw it coming from outer space.
Apparently too obvious of a surfer of the week.
Slightly obvious, but it makes perfect sense.
He was that good of a surfer this week that it's too obvious and I can't pick him for surfer of the week.
Well, we said when the camera wasn't rolling, I was like, what, he went out and did his job.
Oh, right.
Clocked on, clocked off.
Yeah, okay. Whatever, mate. Give us
I know
your
it was clutch, but yeah, at the end of the day, he was there to do a job and he did the job. I have gone with young Leo Matchett. So if you're not familiar with Leo, you probably should be. Jump onto his socials and have a look. He's been dubbed the Rob Machado of 2025. He's like a 2025 model of that.
Mm-hmm. Is that you dubbing him that?
No, everyone calls him Mini Rob Machado.
Right.
2 reasons. Very stylish, goofy footer who happens to have beautiful olive skin and a little afro. So pretty well, Rob Machado. But, man, this kid is going to hit the scene pretty hard and fast. I feel like it's going to be any minute now, if not already. He's obviously just growing, and I feel like he's going to figure it out real soon. Incredibly smooth style. Already starting to go to the air and produce some punts that, are standing out from the pack. So, Leo Matchett, you are my surfer of the week, mate. Well done.
Amazing. Good stuff, mate. We'll go from that immediately into some negativity. We'll go to our disappointments. This is becoming my disappointments. And
can I put your surfer of the week? Inability to go outside mainstream media?
No, you can't. Look, I've got my list here. You grilled me last week for all my disappointments. And
but .1, I'm happy for you to grill.
You can?
That's horrendous.
Okay, cool. Well, Geordie Smith.
Well, .2 too.
I'll go Geordie Smith first. And I did actually feel quite bad last week because I thought I was a bit harsh, but it's kind of what we're here to do. I'm not gonna hold back. So say it how we think it and how we see it.
That's why people listen, apparently.
Yep. So look, we'll run with my first one, Geordie Smith. I'd love you to have some as well, by the way, at some point. Like, I don't want me to be the negative one all the time.
The pessimist.
But
I'm the optimist, you're the pessimist.
Yeah.
I'm Optimus Prime.
Geordie Smith, 3.33 heat total, put across next to his name at Fiji. He's not winning the world title.
Oh, mate.
He's not. He's been doing this thing for probably 20 years. I don't know how long he's been on tour, but a long, long time.
Not fantasy related. We'll go into that next week, but I really hope it's either Jack or Geordie.
It's not going to be Geordie. So
he deserves it.
Yeah, he does, but I feel like
it's such a good story.
It'd be great. It's just not going to happen. So
can I just say, very disappointing result here at Fiji, but best interview of the year by a country mile.
Can you just remind the audience what he was?
Now we're having fucking fun. Can
you do the Safa accent?
You've got me on the spot now. I'm trying to. I really can. I'm really quite good at imitation. But we'll put it we can put some sort of link in our bio or something. We can cut something up. I don't know, but we need to display. If no one saw it, I think it was round 1 when he got the win. Man, it was a good interview. Raw as, just pure emotion. And it was explicit.
Yeah,
and you could just see Joe. Just smiling, I'm gonna lose my job. It was just it was so funny. He was just smiling, but you could see straight through the smile. He's waiting for them to be, oh, okay, yeah, we're gonna have to cut off Jardy there.
Yeah.
It was just pure emotion, and hats off to the WSL. They just let it run. I think there was 3 or 4 fucks in there.
There was a couple hot mics this event as well. I think someone else potentially had one.
Oh, the best hot mic was when Connor won walking up the stairs.
Yeah.
At J-Bay.
There was there's someone else this event also was dropping F-bombs, I think, and it's good. Like, I think it adds a bit of character.
Was it Chris Cote when he kept getting shut down by Jack Robbo? Access denied that one.
It's like trying to freaking figure out the Da Vinci Code, like interviewing that bloke. Like,
Jack, what did you eat for breakfast?
He's just like, I just sat in one of the crevices in the mountain and absorbed the sunlight. Like, that's pretty well the responses he's getting from Jack, and it's a tough interview every single time.
Chris Cote looks like Mark Hoppus from Blink-182.
Yeah, he does have a bit of
same glasses, same kind of like look.
Yeah, kind of like nerdy, but looks like he's sort of seen a few winters as well.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that works. But yeah, Geordie Smith, great interview. Terrible event for him though.
Yeah, shocking. So yeah, he's not winning the world title.
Okay. Look, it'll be difficult, but I wouldn't. That's a pretty brave comment.
We'll get to my reasoning for that later as well, because we're gonna. This isn't a world title preview. This is an episode. We're actually looking at the forecast. I think we're gonna have time to do one next week. So
we will. Talk us through Rio Wada. Did this really surprise you?
It didn't surprise me in any way. It just was like 1.94 heat total at this level is not really what you're going for. At any level. Libre, yeah. If you get a 1.94 heat total at Libre, you're probably pretty spewing.
It's not even it's a participation award.
To be fair though, I did watch this heat. It was...
Slow?
No, but he just couldn't have surfed it any worse if he tried.
Yeah.
I think he lost priority twice paddling, and then
he missed 2 waves.
You missed back-to-back waves, and then I think the two like switches of priority then allowed his competitor, whoever was worse, I can't remember, to then get another score. It might have been Cole maybe or something like that. Anyway, he pretty well got shut down immediately, and then he was taken off later in the heat on closeouts and on waves that went barreling, and it was hard to watch. But yeah, definitely a disappointing finish here for Rio.
What a tricky year for Rio.
Yeah.
Felt like he found out the recipe, lost it, found it a little bit again, lost it.
Yeah.
Not really. It had whiffs of what Griff was going to do, like a shit start, but figured it out.
Yeah.
And it just never really eventuated into anything.
No,
he made the cut.
Yeah, he made the cut. Like he'd be stoked to stay on tour, but it just makes your job even harder for next year when your ranking's low, and then you end up coming up against all the top seeds. Like you really got to maintain that higher rank.
But by making the cut, you've already got midfield advantage.
Well, you got top 20, top 22 or whatever advantage, but like there's only 10 guys after you that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're going to get the 10 best.
They are going to get the 10 best, but you'd rather finish sort of in that 15 to 5.
Oh,
range.
Indubitably.
Yeah. Zach's been watching The Office, if everyone can tell.
I've been spamming it hard.
Thank you for finally listening to me on that as well. I've been trying to get him to watch it, him and his partner Gabby, for quite some time, and I'm one of those people that'll finish a series and then just immediately start it again.
Yeah, we're the same.
So, and that's one that...
You're one of us.
Yeah. That's one that I've watched, I reckon, easily 10 times back to front. Like, serious. There's not even exaggeration.
You remind me of Dwight.
Dwight. Give me... Why? Why am I Dwight?
I don't know. I just knew you'd bite.
He's probably my favourite character on the show, to be fair. So,
who am I?
You're Creed, mate. You're the sketchy old bloke that sits at the back and grows beans in his top drawer.
They're mung beans.
That's you. You're Creed.
No, I'm Jim.
You're Jim. Why are you Jim?
It's just cool, calm, collected.
Just a legend. Just
like
the main
just
character.
Smiles at the camera every 5 seconds and doesn't say anything.
Yeah, gets a girl as well. Just it all eventuates. So.
The other girlfriend was hotter in my opinion. But anyway, you've thrown in a pretty big mun here. I don't know about this one. It wasn't a terrible result.
No, and that's exactly why that's how much I value this guy as a competitor at Teahupo'o, and it's Cali Vas, who was my dark horse for the event. And it might seem a bit steep for me to chuck a wild card who got a quarterfinal finish as a disappointment, but he is...
On paper, when you read that out loud, did you somewhat go,
No, not at all, man. He is so bloody good, and it's a great result for him. But like, I have such a high opinion of him at Teahupo'o. And to be fair, like another guy couldn't have really done much more in this heat than what he did. He rode every wave he got to its optimal capacity, like max the scoring out on each of his waves. I think he had 4 7-point plus waves in this heat. The only issue was he had Crosby, who just kind of out-selected him and put himself in the 2 best waves, which you might go, well, that's just really good heat strategy. But like the waves that Cowley's finding, like no one else on the tour is pretty well finding those waves. He's like ducking up the reef or he's ducking inside and finding these little growers. And when you're in a heat with him, like Crosby surfed the perfect heat to beat him. But like if they was in with someone else, or like maybe Crosby only had one of his 2 waves, like it's so difficult to beat someone who can find a 7.5 on an insider. Like it's such an advantage. And I think definitely Steve for me, he's going to be wrapped with this result no matter what. But I think this could have been one that he definitely could have won. Like he 100% could have won this event.
Yeah, if there was any time a wild card was going to win, it was going to be him, realistically.
Yeah.
Question, do you reckon he's going to run the gold quickie sticker after the next Olympics?
I don't know. Well, like you can't really take that gold medal off him.
But someone else can be the new gold medalist.
They could for sure, but would they be a Quicksilver team? Like maybe you just start adding multiple gold sticker athletes to your roster and it probably looks quite good as a branding. Like if you have 2 blokes that are repping gold stickers, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
Fair enough.
If it was me, I don't know. I do like the logo, the black sticker. I don't know. It's just nice and neat.
Oh, I loved it when it went from red to black.
Yeah. The one I do love, and I don't know if you saw this, but Al Cleland Jr. put up a story this week, and he's got the old school like writing. You know how they have like the running writing Quicksilver into like the logo at the end. It's like proper old, so like 2000. Think like 2008 Quicksilver Pro Snapper Rocks. Like real retro-y but sick, and they've done a run of stickers for
Thiago Perez.
Yeah, that kind of era. But like I've got like a
Masatoshi Ono.
Yeah. No, I've got like a backpack at home from that event, like one of those drawstring bags, and it's got the same logo on it, and it's sick. So cool to see him pulling that one out. Finally, you get to the end of my slightly less lengthy list of disappointments this week, and another one similar to Cali, where it's like not really a disappointment. It's just like the luck of this bloke is insane. And I made note, if I had $1 for every time he's narrowly lost this high scoring heat, I'd have like $5 or $6 now. But there's been a few.
Wow.
But like
Pack up the car, darling. We're retiring.
5 or 6 is a lot of heats to lose when you've got a significant heat total. Like there'd be over the span of someone's career, not that many, but then his career has only been relatively short so far. He's so young. He's early 20s. So
are we older than him?
Dude, he's so young. I had to look this up the other day. I'm going to pull it up again.
I wig out when like NRL players are a great example of this. You look at him, you're like, bro, you're 43.
Payne Haas is a year younger than me, and he'd eat me for breakfast.
It's biologically impossible.
it's insane of you.
And man, you're the same. Like I'm guessing, like my beard right now for the YouTube people is like, fuck, probably 15 days.
And
it looks like a year 7's top of his doodle. Like what I'm trying to say is I can't really grow facial hair, and I feel like society based age off amount of growth.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at a football player like Payne Haas. Did you say Payne Haas?
He's got full like neck beard. Like you're just going, he's 35.
He was born 30.
Yeah. He's been huge since the age of
Jiao
14 as well.
Point is in that. Like I feel like he's at least 3 years older than me.
He's 24.
I'm just gonna lie and say he's not.
Well, he is. So
no, but that's what I'm saying. I'm lying.
Oh.
In my brain and in my life, with my lens of this world, he is 31.
Tell you he's older than I thought. Just pulling this up. Yago, he's 29.
And that makes sense.
Does it?
Yeah.
I mean, you used to verse him.
He
so.
waxed me at the HIC Sunset Pro.
Yeah.
I was so dirty that I got that heat matched up.
Well, that's... Yeah. But actually, Philippe's 30, Sammy Pupo's 20. I've just looked up Giancarlo. It's put up all the ages of the Brazilian surfers. But yeah, so 24, he's had a pretty short career so far, and he seems to have had a number of these heats where you're just going, he's really probably could have won that heat.
No, I agree.
And he lost to Griff by 0.03 in this one. It actually physically cannot get any closer. There's no increment smaller than that in the judging scale. So that
shits me.
unless you tie, so you can draw and then
count
lose on a
back.
count back.
Yeah.
But other than that, this is the smallest increment you can lose by, and he's done it here against Griff.
Is there any waves that are surfed so similarly ever at any point in time from any level?
No, and it's even within a heat, not even from any given time. It's like within the span of a heat. How are you differentiating 0.03 over two waves? That's 0.0015.
Call it a B
No,
stick.
I don't know. No, 0.015 over two waves.
I'm not even going to bother trying to jump into that mathematical.
Ridiculous. Like you can't, and it's stupid to even talk about because there's no objectivity about this really. But
But back to my point about 5 or 6 episodes ago, like snowboarding and a lot of other sports, it's out of 100, and I just feel like, say it's a 6, there's more, you can break down the 6 to 7 more.
Yeah.
Because I feel like right now it's 6.33 because it's an average on 5 judges, right? So it can't be like a 6.27.
Yeah.
No,
It can be
6.27 it can.
No, it can't. It can only average out as that. You can't give. Or you
There's only certain increments it can average
can
out
have
at.
0.1s.
So it's too hard to... How do you decipher? And there is times, like how many times do you watch a comp and you're like, oh, it's so close. But at the end of the day, it's not.
No.
Like there is so many differences.
Yeah.
Yet we just don't have the scale to like dive into a 6.
Yeah. The 6 versus a 5.8.
Yeah. So then when you look at it, it's like as a coach and you break it down, what do you tell Jiao? Like, you did everything he did, but you lost.
You did everything exactly the same.
But you lost.
You got 0.03 less though, so you didn't make it through the event, and cost you rankings points, seeding points for next year, and probably $10,000. Like, it's tough.
It's almost favoritism at that point.
Yeah, and again, there's another thing we'll get into because a lot of people asked about this heat.
Yes,
we'll get into that.
That's further down in the document.
Yeah. We'll run positivity now.
Yeah.
We'll get into it. Mihimana.
Mate, it's his shout at the local bar.
He'll be shouting that bar for decades up from this result. Like, it's really, really good.
Fucking better be.
To be fair, like, not the wild card that I was eyeing up for this event. Obviously, I've said my piece about Cali Vas and how impressive he is out there. Mihimana kind of snuck under the covers here and came through with a semi-final finish. Another heat where he lost very, very narrowly to Griffin again. Griffin
seems to be a
bit of a theme.
there, Finley.
Yeah, obviously though, like has the right read on this wave, given he's a local, so probably shouldn't be that surprising.
He's got it on his forehand too, right foot forward.
Yeah, and the only thing I will say though is like, yes, he's got the local read, but the guys that he's coming up against have a massive advantage in terms of heat IQ over someone like Mihi. Like he's yet to qualify and gain that experience, and like to come up against even like a Geordie Smith or someone like that who's not your typical Chopu surfer, but they're good enough heat wise to get the job done over here. And it's impressive to see him crack into the semi-finals. Although I will say there was one heat, and I don't know if you caught this one, but he versed Yago in like the round of 16, and he needed a 1.73 with 2.5 minutes left.
This is crazy.
It was insane, man. And he let a wave go at the 1 minute 45 mark. That was easily the score. He didn't even have to get barreled. He could have done turns and got a 1.73. Just literally finished off in the channel. Lets that wave go, then used his priority on a 0.57 with under a minute remaining, and then snuck back out the back and found a West Bowl 17 seconds to go. 5.17, stole it. And Michelle Perez, his coach, just like pulling his hair out. And even when he got the 5, you just saw him. You're like, he is so off him right now, even though he made the heat.
To keep that composure, like to not get a 1 is like, that's unforgivable for yourself.
To hold priority and then take off needing a 173 and get a 0.57, that would be, I'd just almost just paddle in. I'd go take myself through the lagoon. But
They're the ones when you come up from the back of the wave and you got your hands, like, you're not even sighing to anyone else. You're just like sighing to yourself, like, how? Like, it is such a basic task. It's like getting out of bed in the morning.
It's literally make the drop and do like a snap and you've got it. Like even at Chopes, they don't reward turn so much, but they'll probably throw you a 2 if you do a snap.
It wouldn't be a wiggle. It'd have to be like some sort of like an intentional turn. Like, I'm trying to actually put some emphasis on this turn. I feel like that would get you a 2 at max.
If you do a snap and then keep on the wave and just dry dock yourself on the reef, I feel like you're going to get it.
Yeah, so, but to keep that composure and go out and steal one, that is a daylight robbery if ever I've seen one.
Stace said it so well, like how cruel this sport is. Like Yago had priority. So Yago did everything right. Like Mihi had the highest score of the heat and he had priority, which he used poorly. And then Yago out the back with his 2 smaller but like mid-range scores that were enough to have him in front, then gets priority, and all he then has to do is hope Mihi doesn't get a wave or go and sit next to him, and Mihi just jets it back out. Yago's out the back paddling in, and this peak comes through and comes underneath Yago. He couldn't have even caught it, I don't think, if he tried. And Mihi just drops out of it. And even then you're like, I don't even think he's gonna, like, this is a hard wave to surf. And he just airdrops and then pulls in, and from that point just like, oh, he's already
come over. He's
got it, and just gets sort of spat out into the channel and starts yelling, which is pretty cool. But
and goes fishing.
Yes. Look, I don't know. Do you want to? You've got a couple notes here about some Marco Mignot chat.
Well,
being rookie of the year.
We're still in the surprises. There's no way that you could have told me 6 months ago.
I'd love to
go back and listen to episode like 3 or 4.
Listen to Zach grilling Marco Mignot.
It wasn't a grill. It was just I didn't think his surfing was ready for the tour. I'm going to stand by it. I'm going to stand by it. And I say it's not my favourite. And the reason I say it's not my favourite is it kind of feels like when his back's up against the wall, he just defaults to a full rotation flat.
And he lands it every time.
It's on lock. And that maneuver by itself is crazy, whatever. But when you just revert to that every time, it gets a little stressful. It's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
I just don't want to watch it.
He's going to have issues at waves like J-Bay and Snapper, I think, right the way throughout his career. Just lacks a little bit of flow and polish that the other guys have. But then as soon as they head to the beaches, he's every shout. And
he can put a heat together.
He can put a heat together, and he charges too.
And he's had so many great moments this year. He's obviously taken down Geordie Smith when he was on that crazy roll. Mm-hmm. He's had nail-biting ones with... I remember watching the Connor heat at Winky Pop.
Yeah.
He was dominating that heat, and it was only Connor's last wave, and... He's had so many moments where I'm just like, wow, like, how is he getting through this? How's he? Even at J-Bay, he looked pretty good. We even mentioned maybe a little bit of a robbery.
Potentially, yeah. He looks good enough, I think, for the tour. Like I don't think we were super kind to him to begin the year. We weren't mean to him, but I don't think we were super hot in his chances.
I hated the speech he gave when he made the tour. I hated it. It was like one of those speeches that like someone who's...
Like an inspirational speech.
If you go on YouTube and put like inspirational, motivational speech...
Luke Belmar on TikTok or YouTube or something and pull that bloke
and
up.
Like, don't get me wrong, I've listened to plenty of those, but there's some that it's just like, mate, this is just rubbish.
You actually
turns out you can't do everything you want to do. If I want to be a leprechaun, it doesn't matter how hard I fucking work to be a leprechaun, I'm not going to be one.
Yeah.
And there's some that is just, you can achieve anything. And that speech was like, as sick as it was pure emotion. It just kind of sounded a bit like that.
Yeah. You remind me of Luke Belmar.
Is he handsome, ripped, and super successful?
He's like crypto millionaire.
But sweet, I've made like $1,500. So.
He's like made a heap of money from crypto, but
I think a lot of people have.
Yeah, he's go and check him out, Zach.
Do you want to know another scary story about crypto? Someone in 2013 bought a pizza for like 703
Using Bitcoin.
703 Bitcoin. Oh, imagine that. It is now sitting at 181,000 Aussie dollars. So what's that? 703 times 180,000. Like that's enough to make a grown man cry. And I just saw a recent article we mentioned on.
It's like 12.5 mil.
We mentioned many episodes ago about the guy who's trying to buy the garbage heap
Yeah.
to find his USB that his ex-girlfriend threw out.
Yeah.
He has since retired from that effort.
I don't blame him. That's worse than looking for a needle in a haystack. That's
way worse.
It's ridiculous. So
There's every chance you find the needle and the needle's broken.
Oh, it would have been rained on. There'd be like broken down food, like acids and stuff, everything. Like it's not gonna be worth
Got
it.
a question for you.
Yep.
You can flip for a coin. Look, you flip a coin
Yeah.
for 300,000.
Yeah.
For 3 million, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can just give you 50,000 and not play the game.
3 million.
Or 50,000 right now.
If it was 300,000 and 50K, I'd take the 50K because if 3 million, you got to take the flip.
But if you flip, it's obviously nothing if you get it wrong.
Yeah.
So you're going to take the flip?
For 3 mil, yeah.
$50,000.
Yeah, but like it's going to take me a while, but I can make that in, you know what I mean? I can
Crypto.
Well, no, but like I can just work for a year and that, you know what I mean? So
Okay, what about 300,000 versus 3 million for the flip?
300,000 versus 3 mil. I'd take 300K for sure.
But then every day you're thinking, I could have got 3
I'm
mil.
sitting there with 300K in my bank going, imagine if I had nothing.
Yeah,
I
but
could live with that.
in Australia, you can live off that for like 4 weeks.
Yeah, true. Nah, that's
What happened to coffee?
I don't drink coffee.
It used to be $3.50 for a small and $4 for a large. Now it's like, I just paid for one this morning, $6.30.
I feel like this isn't new news, Zach. I don't think this happened
Kind of hit
overnight.
me like a ton of bricks.
When did you last buy a coffee?
This morning.
Yeah, but then before that, to make you go, why
The
is
other
it
morning. Like every morning almost.
Did you look at your
No,
cart?
it's one of those epiphany moments where you just go, hang on a minute.
Yeah. Well, that's why you see a lot of crew now getting into the coffee game, because I think the alcohol game was a big one. People were starting alcohol companies and
The tax
and
is
they're
killing them.
taxing them through the roof. So coffee's the next one, and everyone drinks coffee, probably more so than alcohol these days. And yeah, so that's probably that answers that.
Sorry, back to regular programming. Surprised that Marco Mignot is our rookie of the year for 2025.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Like, look at who he was coming up against. Obviously, second place to that was Al Cleland.
Doesn't surprise me that he didn't get it, to be honest. What surprised me more is that he finished as high as he did.
True. What
be
about like
fair.
a Joel Vaughan?
Yeah, well, looking back on the year now,
But you can't. We know. We know that.
No,
the
but
result.
in hindsight, like maybe he was the best rookie. Maybe that's just how it panned out.
Maybe I just have this vendetta.
I think you just like I'm happy to go. Oh, we were wrong to begin the year because
Maybe I need to put that vendetta aside and accept that he is different to me and what I
what do you? Can you say that word again?
vendetta.
Vendetta, not vendetta. It's not you driving a freaking car through the.
Is it VAN?
No, VEN.
Oh, vendetta.
Yeah.
Mate, people don't come here for the lecture. They come here for my silly words.
Yeah, for sure. They come here to listen to me correct you on, which is actually a fun part of my thing here. Let's
I'll
get
take
it. You've got a piece of clothing though that you've been.
Yes, for the next section, you can talk to everyone while I get it.
Yeah, Zach I've rocked up here this evening, and Zach had this on his head. Now, for the people at home, you might be able to hear the crinkling. He's turned his hat into a tinfoil hat. This is something that doesn't surprise me so much about Zach. I feel like he should wear this more in his everyday life because he's got some conspiracy theories that I'd love to get into one day. But today's not the day. What we have today, though,
I'm not a conspiracist.
You are. We've got a couple of heats featuring one Griffin Colapinto that a lot of listeners were up in arms about. So the first one was Jiao versus Griffin. Lot of chatter in the comment sections and DMs surrounding this heat. Look,
3, 2, 1. Who should have won that heat on 3? 3. No, on
no,
one.
don't.
On no.
Well, it's for me. I don't have a pick on it because I think either surfer could have won that heat. I don't think it was black or white. Griffin won or Jiao won, but I do have some just thinking points on this and maybe an explanation as to why people were so angry about the result of this one. Mm-hmm. To be fair, the heat was all over the place for me. I struggled to get a read on the scoring from the get-go. Jiao seemed to be putting himself on the throatier, more meaty waves that, general rule of thumb, the judges seem to prefer. They like watching you in a thicker wave, even if you don't necessarily get as deep. Girth, as we talked about.
Circumference.
Griffin was finding longer barrels.
Girthy.
Don't call him that. He's I think he's got pursuing some people online that have been calling him that. Girthy Griff. He's been getting called that. I don't know why. You can paint your own picture of that at home.
I'd be frothing if people called me Girthy Zach. I would happily walk down Main Street Lancs tomorrow and everyone's going, "Yay, Girthy Zach, how are you, buddy?" I'd be like, "Fuck yeah." Why on earth would you take someone to court over that?
I don't know. It's
Pindick Zach, I'd be like, "Come on, guys," but like Girthy Zach that's fine.
It's doing the rounds on social media. I don't think it's painting him in the most positive light. He's done nothing wrong, by the way, so leave him alone. But Griffin was putting himself on the longer, less throaty waves that
less girthy.
Yeah, that weren't as hollow. And I actually thought watching the heat back, and if you want to do it at home, might even make a reel of this and I'll chuck it in here. But Griff's best wave in that heat to me, and for whatever reason the judges weren't seeming to like this, but the best wave for me was the West Bowl he found later in the heat. Got a 6.9 on. Now, you're not knifing the drop on those ones, and you're not sort of sliding in, getting straight into the pit. But the actual barrel itself was probably the best barrel of the heat. It was sick. Set it up off the bottom, did a little kick stall, and then just threaded it, and the whole ocean just threw over him on that end bowl.
Was that the one where it was almost like what Molly did?
Yeah. It was a sick one.
It was an aggressive kickstall, small carve snap thingy.
Yeah, well, it was sick, man. And I actually thought that maybe where the judges let Griff down slightly in this heat, because I thought that could have gone a bit higher. But like I said, they did seem to be liking that knife drop straight into the pit. So that's I can see why maybe they didn't go as high there. The thing that probably riled people up the most was the margin that Griff was getting these scores by. On 2 different occasions, he needed requirements that he got by 0.07 and 0.03 on like pretty well back-to-back waves. So for Jiao, if you're sitting out the back there, you're going, I've just got I've just got a 7, and then Griff's got this score that's now made me need slightly higher. Like I now need a 7.07.
It's tit for tat.
Yeah, but it really disadvantages Jiao, because then he's kind of had a wave that's similar. The judges have deemed that to be slightly worse, but now he's left out the back carrying the bag because he's got to find another wave that has a slightly higher 7 on it, which the first time's sweet, but then after 2 times that happens, you're probably just going, what do you actually want me to do? Like I've had the 0.03 one was pretty contentious to me. I was just like, whoa, like that's usually in a heat you expect like maybe 50-50s. Griffin seemed to be getting all of the 50-50s go his way.
Yeah. So from a psychological standpoint, much more challenging for Jiao to get that score.
For sure.
Hearing that, okay, you get the score, you've been pipped. You've just got the score again. Now you've been pipped again, so you still need a score. So you've got the score 3 times, but you're not achieving the lead each time.
You're getting the same, literally nearly identical scores, but Griffin's in the lead. So
that's tough to hear.
It's a difficult one, and I reckon that's the reason that everyone was going, how is he still behind? Was Jiao robbed though? I don't think it was black and white robbery. Like everyone was.
We spoke about this, and it seems like there's a lot of Jiao supporters for this one without Brazilian flags next to their name.
Yeah.
Might I add? A lot of Aussies and
I'm
Americans.
a big Jiao fan. I like Jiao. I like his surfing.
Both are. Yeah. So a lot of people And I think it's probably because of the way you just said it then. Like,
It was the nature of the way that this heat.
it's like
these scores-
dangling a carrot in front of someone and not giving them.
Yeah, 100%.
So I feel like that's how it all come about. But at the end of the day, WSL did a great thing where they put the 4 scores up and they made like a reel and you just swipe across like a carousel on Instagram. And I watched that for probably 20 minutes.
It's toss a coin.
And I stopped watching it after 20 minutes going, I still don't know. So to call it a robbery, definitely not.
No.
For that reason, I'm going to take my tin hat off. There was no conspiracy here.
But what
Taking it
about
off.
the next heat? Because there was another one, the semi-final. You're taking it off completely.
Yep.
Yeah, to be fair, this heat was a bit of a blow-up as well.
What I will say, though, and I've said it before, I shouldn't have taken it off for that. There is no way that the WSL people there, journalists we'll call them, aren't thinking, okay, story.
Yeah.
There was a narrative there. There was an unlikely scenario to happen, and it happened.
It was a Griffin, Ethan surf-off, right? Was it?
Griffin, Ethan surf-off. Griffin needed a result.
And Ethan also needed a result, right?
And Jack needed a result. And it all kind of miraculously panned out perfectly.
By
unedited.
mere decimal points each time.
Yeah.
So, look, tinfoil hat off for that one. And even the Mihimana Bray heat, I watched that heat back. It's very similar. It's not even an issue, really. Like, I actually think Griffin's best wave in that heat could have gone higher. It was really good comparatively to Mihi's wave. And, the main one was the Jiao Griffin, but both heats were fine. Like Zach said, potentially they were pushing for these storylines, but it wasn't so bad of a heat win for Griffin that you go,
Nah.
this is just like they're scripting this.
What did you think? What were your initial thoughts when Ethan Ewing miraculously, I was trying to think of a different word because I just used that, wrangled the whitewash warrior and just appeared from what appeared to be thin air with 1 second to go on the clock? Like, there was no greater way to finish a heat. Was it almost going to be the score? The barrel was like, okay, but like to manage that and fully disappear from all camera views and be fully embellished in the belly of the beast.
Yeah.
I thought they were almost going to just pay it.
Well, he needed
a perfect score.
he needed like a 10 or so. What does he need?
But subjectively, if someone disappears, gets alt control deleted from the wave, and then reappears, is it not like kind of like worth asking?
It was really impressive, but just the way they hate you coming out the front of the barrel.
Well, it kind of got mangled out the
Yeah.
front side.
They want you
bit.
to come out clean. The wave wasn't.
The barrel was never going to be a 10.
Nah, and the most probably impressive thing about that wave was how he managed to come out, but it wasn't clean. So looking at the scores, the highest score they gave him for that one was a 7.3. So needing a high 9 or whatever score he needed, it was never going to be the
I do
score.
just want to take this opportunity to say I am impressed with Ethan. I
Yeah.
didn't throw his name in there for being one of the great elites of the big backhand barrel riding specialist.
Yeah.
But he deserves to be there now. That first heat with Cole, he looks so comfy.
He was just...
And for someone, I don't think he spent much time there. I don't think he spent much time in Hawaii. He's never put in a Hawaii part together. He's never put like a big Fiji part together or a big Greenbush or anything. So I think he's just kind of went there and just shown that, I don't know, he's the best at it without having to prove himself as much as others have to.
He definitely turned some heads, I think, and we're getting into some listener questions now. Dill Stubbs raised this, had about an average heat total of like 15.6 throughout the entire event, which, to be fair, only surfed 3 heats. So, like, that's enough to get an average. I feel like any less, like if you surf your round 1 heat and you get 18 points and then you freaking lose in round 2, like it's like, oh, like you probably... But for him to surf 3 heats each time, there was no outliers. They were all like around that 16 to 14 points. He was consistent. He was dropping big scores every heat. Like, impressive. Like, I don't think he gets, and I'm probably guilty of it myself too. I don't necessarily give him the credit he deserves in these waves, and he's comfortable enough to have a crack, and he will give you a headache if you've got him in a heat out there. It's not a walkover.
For sure. Let's jump straight into the listener cues.
Yeah.
First one, Sam Moore. Jack Robbo has no business claiming a 10 for his first wave in the final. That's just blue steel.
Well, he got a 9.5, so...
But it would have felt like a 10 to him.
It would have felt really good, and it also... I struggle to question Jack's judgment in waves like this. Like, if Jack's happy about it, and maybe he's clocked onto that and he knows that if he shows a bit of emotion, then the judge is like, oh, well, like maybe that was...
I wonder where he gets it from.
Who are you?
Just Italo.
Yeah.
That crew.
For sure. Which Italy doesn't seem to like him.
They are not going to each other's birthday parties this year.
No. And even Jack's Misso sort of got in the comment section and stuck up for him. So maybe not as friendly, but I think Jack's realised now that, not that he ever needs to because he's so good, but if he does show a slight bit of emotion, and I feel like John had this revelation a few years ago too, if you throw in a slight claim, the judges really do have a think about it and go, oh, maybe it is 0.5 higher than... compared to someone like freaking, I don't know, Italo or like a Michael Rodriguez, like claim everything. And then you're like, oh, loses its sort of effect.
I guess he might have watched the US Open of Surfing before this event and thought, okay, maybe I'm missing out on something and I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's definitely in the pack of the likes of Ethan Ewing. I'd say Connor's up there. Jake Marshall, that kind of crew.
Yeah.
But they don't really claim too often.
No.
I think Ethan's only claim he's ever done was at J-Bay and he just aggressively flicked his board. And that was like, whoa, oh my God, he's one of us. He's feeling something.
Yeah. Look, I can't really be too critical of Jack there. Like, you claim a 10, you get a 9.5. It's not far off.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like, that's fine. So,
I was going to say, if Sebastian Zeitz was to do the same claim, does that mean 10.5? He's got an extra digit there. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Well, maybe that's the point. Maybe it's like if he goes...
should have done that at fucking North Point.
You get an extra 0.5 on the scale.
He got a 10.5, the only surfer.
That's still one of the best 10s ever, I reckon, in my opinion. That's
crazy.
That's crazy.
Now, we had a plethora of people asking this question, Finley. Are we going to miss the final five? And I think it's the narrative and the stories that can unfold. There's obviously, when it's the last event that everyone's in, WSL obviously promote what can happen, who can do it mathematically. All the analytical brains come out and crunch the numbers.
It's like, I just have to look this up, this effect, but it's almost like the WSL Final Five's got us with a bit of Stockholm syndrome, and it's like got us at like
Stockholm syndrome.
It's got us at like gunpoint, just going like, you've hated me this whole time and now I'm leaving, and now people are like, oh, maybe I do like you, but it's actually not. I really don't think we're going to miss the final five in any way, shape or form.
So for those at home, Stockholm syndrome is when you start to have feelings for someone who has captured you, right? Yeah.
If you got someone that's threatening your life in some way and you start to become friendly with them, or you start to try and form a relationship with them, and it seems like that's what's happening here with the final five, and we are not going to miss it one bit. I'm actually really excited to have
the stories off. I couldn't give less.
I'm just like excited for this time next year, or whenever it, like the end of year's like sort of coming up, and me and Zach are sat here with our spreadsheet going, oh, like someone down in 12th position can still win the title. Like it's going to be sick. Like there's going to be headlines still. You don't have to worry about like the drama and stuff evaporating, because there's probably going to be more. Like every year there's going to be there's going to be people outside that top five that can win the title. There's going to be storylines that will emerge. So I think it's going to be only a good thing for the sport. Another one on the final five though, does Robbo making the final five leapfrog the other guys' chances of winnings? That's from James Watts. I think given the forecast we're looking at now, I honestly think he becomes the favourite.
Yep.
Which is like really cool.
Well, it could be mimicked conditions from Fiji. Tahiti to Fiji.
But like a longer wave that he
different
can,
waves, of course,
that he
but
can express.
same size and look and feel. So, and if he just smashed that event, there's every chance he could smash the next one.
Yeah. And he's in 4th position, right? So he has to win out basically, but he can win one heat versus 5th versus 3rd. No, Idlo's 5th. He versus 5th place. He versus 3rd place. He versus 2nd place. Then he has to.
Sorry, he's in the first heat. So
he's gonna have to win like 5 or 6 heats to actually win the title.
4.
No,
5 because he has to win by 2, right?
You have to win two of the last 3 heats if you're not first position. I honestly, he's just going to be going, how good's this? It's pumping. I'm better than everyone here. And I honestly think he becomes the favourite to win this event, which is crazy considering he was 8th before Chopu and now he's in with a red hot shot at winning the title. So probably going to be maybe his best chance at a title now. I don't know how he's going to react to the upcoming sort of schedule change and the points change and how they run it all. It could be good for him. Like if he goes on a run and wins like Pipe and Chopes and Fiji all in the same year, like that's going to be really good for him. But maybe lacks, as we've seen this year, a little bit of that consistency that had him down at 8th position. Like,
I don't know. I think
the issue
3-4 years ago, and we've mentioned this on the pod, you throw him in for the likes of Pipe, Cloud Break,
now he's the threat everywhere.
Tahiti, but he's got a bell. He won Mexico, and he's getting Margies, and he's got all these other results that aren't wins, but maybe like a 3rd or a 9th at locations where it's high performance or just not, you're not putting him at the forefront of your mind when you're going to that place. So I think now it's about refinement and getting that, the success rate a little higher. And now that there's no Final 5, he could find himself at Pipe next year needing to just get a semi or something to win.
You want him to get a semi at Pipe?
I'm sure if he is in the world title, he's probably got a semi right now, 100%. It's just Sem Chubb. He can't even lay on the board because it's just
boy's excited.
Pitched tent.
Guess how many events he's won now? He's been on tour since
4.
Higher.
Holy shit, really? 6?
Higher.
7 events.
Higher.
15 events.
9.
Right. I can't believe Ethan's only won 2.
He's won 9 events.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. In the space of not that long. 2021 to 2025, 9 events. And that's just CT events. So
good on the lad. That's enough to get me a chub. Now, let's talk about Medina commenting on Jiao versus Griff scenario.
Did you get this comment? I didn't understand it. I'm going to pull it up now for the listeners because it had some text in there that I didn't quite understand.
Was there some... was it you? Yeah, it was you who said Brazilian language.
What? Oh, yeah, he speaks Brazilian. Yeah, sorry. I still yet to live that one down.
Finley's like 12-1 with like corrections.
Yeah, that was the one you got me
I
on.
got him on the one.
GNT. Who's GNT?
Gin and tonic.
Yeah, that's what Gabby's referencing. GNT effing complains, but if GNT doesn't get the surface together, so I'm going to keep doing that. Now, this is an Instagram translation, so there's every chance that's not a direct translation of what he said. From that, if I can figure out who GNT is, basically saying they complain, but it doesn't get the surface together, so I'm going to keep doing that. Really, the more I read this, actually, the more confusing it gets, Zach. But basically, he's not happy with the shout. So
fair. Tell you who else wouldn't have been happy with a certain shout is Jiao and WSL. Bit of a spicy post there.
I didn't mind it. It was, yeah. It can be seen as poor sportsmanship, I guess, but also like he was clearly pretty angry after that heat. And to be fair, if it was me, we discussed how on a number of occasions they kept giving Griffin the score by the smallest margins possible. It's got to annoy you.
Yeah.
It's got to annoy you. And you coming from that heat, he could have gone a long way in that event. It could have been a Jack Jack
look.
Jack final.
I was all for it, but then I put up a story immediately after and suck the cock of WSL.
Yeah, well, you got to
Just
stick
run with it, bro.
You got to stick to your word. You can't back down.
Yeah, so it was if anyone didn't see it was WSL, you're a joke. My time here is finished or something like that. And then instantly put up a story maybe it felt like 15 seconds later saying, I am really appreciative of what the WSL does for us. Just wasn't happy with... It's like, bro, just stand by your comments. It wasn't that bad.
You're not going to get fined. Like, they're not going to fine you for that.
Nah, there was no, there was one swear word maybe.
Yeah.
If not, there was none. And it wasn't a fucking Bobby Martinez fucking tennis tour comment.
Nah.
It wasn't a Freddie Batascia snap your board over the rock on a live broadcast.
Yeah, and that's stuff like that as well is kind of why we've set up this Facebook group. If you haven't joined it, the Late Arvo Gas Off. Still Largo, but it's just gas off because people are going to be in their gas bagging. It's got like 60 or 70 members so far. Like, we only really put it up yesterday, but it's basically a space for crew to just talk absolute rubbish. Like, obviously,
not rubbish. We just want to know your opinions and thoughts and feelings.
Yeah, but like you can just, if something's stupid, like if you got something stupid to talk about or something funny that you just think's funny, like
slightly relevant though.
Yeah, you got to be relevant. Like, don't just put in like, I don't know, pertaining to it. It's got to be surfing related at least, because it's going to be pretty funny for me and Zach. We're going to be in there, like, sort of commenting and sort of engaging as well. Yeah, but we're going to talk about it on the pod if it's funny enough. So jump in there. It's just a Facebook group.
It's like a thought cloud for
Pretty
anything
much.
Largo related and surfing related.
Just chuck your thoughts in there and we'll talk about it. Other people will comment and you can have your own arguments or your discussions in there, as long as they are all above board. It's a one strike policy. If you start throwing out rogue stuff like racism and all that, gone. But we strongly encourage banter. So jump in. I'll continue to link it in our story for maybe the next couple of weeks and just get people in there. But it's going to be pretty fun, I reckon.
It will be good and lots of topics that we can break down in there as well.
100%.
Let us know if there's been robberies. Throw your surfer of the week in there as well. We can't be searching the internet, all the time.
Yeah. So. Oh, happy to hear your takes and maybe it'll sway our decision. Like, we're not gonna rely on your surfers of the week. That's why we're sat in the chair, because that's what we do. We get ultimate
El
pick.
Professional.
Yeah, we get the pick of what we want.
The pick of the litter.
We're happy to consider your thoughts and allow them to maybe sway our decisions. But the last real one was Robbo might be the biggest wave magnet on tour. He can just read spots like Chopes. And I don't really think that needs much elaboration. I think you just go, yes.
Yep, and that was by Jeremy Pether.
Yes, for sure.
Now, Finley, big announcement. Huge. Big announcement.
Mega. Something you've all been waiting for.
It's a fucking stonker.
Especially if you're currently sitting within the top sort of 5 or 10
Yeah,
spots.
if you're like 30th on the WSL Fantasy Surfer, then you might as well tune out now, like me.
Please don't, though, because we've got more stuff coming after. But
we can announce that the winner of the late afternoon glass off Fantasy Surfer of this year, you have to win the whole thing, not just Fiji finals or Chopes or whatever, will be winning a $1,000 Billabong voucher to use online on the store. You can get a wetsuit, you can get a full wardrobe full of clothes, you can get, that last minute gift for your girlfriend that you've probably forgotten about and it's tomorrow, a little keynie or something, travel bag.
You can do a lot of damage with $1,000 on that website.
1,000 smackaroos.
So,
and then we're going to throw in a few little bits and bobs as well.
There'll be some little exciting things that we chuck in to send out, similar to the last one. We'll emphasize, though, me and Zach, we demand excellence. We don't expect excellence. We demand it. And there might be a few of you going, oh, like, I've won the regular season, or like I'm up there in the regular season, like surely like I win something. And it's like, no, you have to
fuck off.
You have, well, not that, but that's a bit harsh.
Yes.
But you have to win. Like, you
it's
can't.
winner takes all.
It's not like this is Final Five stakes. You don't just get to, like, imagine Yago right now sitting at home going, I've won the world title. You haven't. You need to win the Final Five, and whoever is sitting on top of the leaderboard after the Final Five is all said and done, that is who will be winning the prizes. So there's still plenty to play for, and yeah, fire up. Next year is going to be, we're going to go even harder next year. We're going to do like event by event prizes, I think, too, for event winners.
Maybe if we can get some sponsorships,
Oh,
I reckon we can.
We'll organise something. Don't you worry. So we're gonna do event by event, but there will obviously be a grand prize at the end, the grand jackpot. But yeah,
it's Finley.
Oh, your unit. That's not going in. That's not staying.
Why?
Because it's so rogue.
What a.
It's gone. It's getting it's tapped out. We're joining you. Zach just said possibly one of the roguest things he said, which will not be making the cut on the final. You can imagine he's actually, that could be fun. Comment what you think Zach thought, or what Zach said the prize was going to be if you win, because
It involves Finley.
no, it does. Just let him just get as creative as you want with it. Maybe chuck it in the Facebook group. Just without context, just write what you think the prize was that Zach brought up.
No one will get it.
It's really bad.
But
so
everyone's had one.
go rogue with it. But yeah, let us know what you reckon the prize was, because it's not making the cut. It was horrific. Okay. Finally, we will wrap up with just a little rundown of who's in the top 5. This is all that matters now. We are going to be back next week with another episode detailing the entire year, really, what's happened with these guys to get where they are, and we're going to do a full event rundown and preview, but we'll just go through the top 5 for those that aren't aware. So in the ladies event, Heat 1 will be Caroline Marks versus Betty Lou Sakura Johnson. In that heat, 4th versus 5th, 4th place starts the heat with priority. So that's the advantage they get there.
Can't believe it took them 5 years to figure that shit out.
Yeah. So Caroline will start the heat automatically with priority. Winner of that takes on Katie Simmers. Winner of that takes on Gabriella Bryan. And then winner of that takes on Molly Picklum. Molly Picklum wins heat 1. She's your world title winner.
Yep.
Or if you can win 2 of 3, coming from the back end of the draw, then you are the world title winner. Men's matchups, Jackie Robbo versus Italo Ferreira. Jack has priority, which will sort of alleviate the tussle. And actually, we posted a reel last night where I kind of outlined Italo's weird response on Instagram, where he kind of said Jack's being unsportsmanlike, which he's not. But this actually could play in Italo's favour a little bit. He's not going to have to worry about Jack tussling with him at the start of the heat. He can just do his own thing. So maybe not as much of an advantage there, because I think Jack really likes at the beginning of these heats to sort of get a bit tactical and get those waves. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. More on that next week though. Heat 2 will be against Griffin Colapinto. Winner of that versus Geordie, and then the winner of that will take on Yago for the title. So exciting times. Glad it's gone for next year, but it's here now. We may as well embrace it. So exciting.
Yeah, and it's looking pretty juicy.
It's looking good. The
We'll
waves
go
are
through
looking.
it next week in more detail, but yeah, I don't think it's going to run straight away.
No, we were maybe going to do an early drop, but it's not looking like we're going to have to. It looks like there's waves coming later in the window. So,
But if you haven't already, we had a good yarn with Jai Glindeman last week. Go have a listen to that.
yeah,
We've got some good feedback from it, so if you haven't already, go back to the previous to this episode and give it a go.
absolutely. Thanks again for tuning in, crew, and we will see you next week for our WSL Finals preview.
Sayonara.
Bye-bye.